And we're live. Yes, we're live.
And we're live. Hi, everyone. My name is Soraya Bodhi, and I'm very happy to be with all of you here today. I just want to set very quickly my intention for this session. My intention is to spread peace to all corners of this earth and together to raise a collective consciousness, to raise a vibration, and to really help things for peace. And I also hope for all of you that are attending here today that this can be a space of comfort, of peace, of feeling seen and heard. And so, in terms of the meditation, I always like to tune in to my intuition and see what are the messages that are meant to be put forward. So, as I was thinking about that this morning, what was coming forward was that many of us continue to feel the sense of overwhelm, the sense of sadness, maybe even anger, and feeling this heavy energies of everything going on with the war in the world and the wars in the world, and helpless, right? I know I've felt that too. And so the message I feel called to share is that all of your feelings are valid, and you have a right to feel what those emotions, and also to tell you that it is something that you're meant to feel, um, but it's not something you're meant to get stuck in and stay there permanently. And so, yes, we are human. We have compassion. We have empathy. I'm a mom of two. I'll find myself seeing things off the news or off the social media, and I'm crying and I'm feeling so sad to see. And so, for me, one of the things that I feel called to share with all of you is that our biggest place of being able to enact change and to take inspired action, and I know I've said this last time too, is from this space of peace within. And it doesn't mean that we are putting our head in the sand and we don't know what's going on, or that we're just, feeling like we can't take any action. But what it does mean is that we are taking moments to calm our nervous system, to really center in that place of peace within, so that we can handle any of the challenges that come forward, whether it's the world energies or our everyday life. And that's what I felt called to share today, is about our nervous system. And our nervous system helps to really regulate our brain function, our spinal cords, our nerves. And so when we calm our nervous system through managing our energy and through finding ways to slow down, what we find is we're far more resilient. And I found that in my own life as well. I have, as I mentioned, two small kids, and they keep me hopping and happening. And some of the things I realize is that when my nervous system is calm, I'm able to hold space for them when they're dysregulated or they're having heightened emotions. So I kind of think about this in the context of the collective. It's a very heightened time right now. Many of us are feeling the collective energies. We want to do something that's going to help. And so I just want to remind you that your energy, your energetic blueprint, we are all made up of energy. Scientifically, we're hearing more of this. It's being proven. We're all made up of energy. It cannot be extinguished, but it can be transferred. And so, how we manage our energy is directly connected to regulating our nervous system. And so, I'm just going to share a few simple tips before I get into prayer and meditation with all of you on, what are the things that can help you in terms of the regulating the nervous system. So the first tip is being mindful of what you're consuming and when you're consuming it. So first thing in the morning and last at night, avoiding those heavy posts and news, because I know for myself, I was wanting to tune into what was going on. My kids would go to sleep, and then I would jump on and but see everything that was happening with the war and everything that was happening in the world. And it was affecting my sleep. I couldn't actually sleep at night. And so I had to get really clear on the boundaries of when I consumed this information, when I kind of tuned in to understand what was happening, to be informed. And so now I do that during the day. I'll check and I'll avoid a beginning of the day and end of the day. I really am intentional about the beginning of the day and as well the end of the day to make sure that I'm tuning in after I get my kids to school and, getting them ready. We do the positive prayers and words together. After they've gone off to school, is taking some time to sit in silence. And it doesn't have to be a long amount of time, but stilling the mind, quieting the mind. And I know not everybody is comfortable sitting with themselves. And so it's like picking up a weight. It takes time to build that muscle. But even if you start with 2 minutes of sitting in silence, you might have lots of thoughts pinging. That's normal. The idea is just to help yourself calm, sit with your thoughts and notice them, right? Really notice them because our energy is directed by our internal landscape. And I was listening to Marianne Williamson. She's someone I follow quite closely, and I study A Course in Miracles. And, as I was studying the lessons this week, one of the things that came up is the most important work you can do is the inner work, because the inner work is what directs the outer experience. And, for us, as we're thinking about our nervous system and looking at how can we calm and soothe and comfort our nervous system, it's noticing where our energies are going, where our thoughts are going. It's taking a moment to really say, okay, you know what? This is the thoughts that I'm having right now. Those are valid, allowing yourself to feel them, allowing yourself to release them. And I'll talk a little bit about that. Um, and I love how Course in Miracles puts it, is that the only thing to really be saved from in terms of our own suffering is our thoughts. And it's often when our thoughts are stuck on a repeat cycle or we're stuck in a negative loop that we find our anxiety goes up and our stress goes up. And so being mindful of finding a practice that aligns for you in the morning where you can get quiet and get still and really get a moment to do your prayer, do your meditation, if that's what aligns to your soul, to help yourself to start the day with tuning into peace. So peace can direct your day rather than the chaos of the world. And so there's a lot of research on don't pick up your phone, as the first thing you look at in the morning. Take some time to really just ease into your day. If you have kids like me, sometimes the kids are, busy, waking up early if you can. If that's not possible, getting some time after they're off to school and just taking those pockets of peace in your day. So taking some deep breaths, tuning into stillness, and we'll do some of that together today, and helping your system really just calm, because it's from that place of calm that you can take inspired action. It's not that you can still take action from that place of anger, sadness, dysregulation. But in terms of being tuned into the collective energies and to the vibration of the universe, it really is that place of peace and presence within yourself where you can enact powerful change. And you can see that in the world that, it's even one person who's fully attuned to their light and is spreading that light in the world can make such a difference. And so don't underestimate the power of your own inextinguishable light. The second thing I'm going to talk about is the music. So music is very healing, and it's something that I look at and I use in everyday life. And so if you go onto YouTube and you look at, let's say, angel healing music or healing music, you'll see that there's different frequencies of music that will come up that will help support you when you're feeling, let's say, dysregulated. And so music has a power to shift our energy. It has the power to help us release emotions. And so even with my kids, they actually asked for the music before bed. Mom, can you play this healing music? I've started to play that for them, or guided meditation or affirmation. And I find that they're much calmer as they fall asleep and as they wake up. And even it's something, once you've settled into your day, you can play in the background. So for example, 528 frequency is good for reducing stress. It's great for anxiety relief, mindfulness, and focus. And so find what resonates with you. I've found a few and I've saved it to my playlist. And those are kind of my go-tos to help me when I'm just needing to get into more of a flow and more of a calm state. Dancing. So obviously, depending how you're feeling, I find that putting on some music where I can dance and shake out the energy, can be really helpful when I'm feeling heavy or when I'm feeling like I just need to like, move the energy. And so, my daughter loves the song "Calm Down." That's one of the songs that we love to listen to. And so she'll just, even when my daughter, who's a toddler, she feels dysregulated. I tell her, dance it out, move it out. She can do a stomping dance if she's feeling angry, upset, and that visibly calms her nervous system. And it's same for adults. I mean, we have to find these outlets, right, for us to shift and move our energy. The third thing I'll mention is art. So you'll see that there's a lot of these mindful coloring books for adults. My kids love art. I will often do art with them because I find it very calming. It brings me in the present moment. And even without them, painting or doing coloring is just a way again to slow your mind down. So anything that slows your mind down is going to help you notice your thoughts and to be able to shift them. And it's also going to be able to naturally calm your nervous system. And so those are some easy tips. I was talking to my daughter this morning. She was like, she was just talking about, yeah, mom, when I get mad or sad, I said, okay, what can you do? She's 3. So what can you do? She said, Mom, I can color out my mad and sad, and I can rip up the paper. So as adults, we can also use art as an outlet or journaling as an outlet, but having that outlet. And then the last thing I'm going to share is nature. Nature, getting out in nature is very soothing and calming for our nervous system. Here in Canada, I'm in Vancouver, Canada. There is like, I think we have like 25 centimeters of snow. So I'm not going to get out in the grass bare feet. But if you're somewhere warm, like maybe Sophia, who's in Australia, you might be able to get out and walk around bare feet in the grass. But I still feel comfort in walking outside, in placing my hands on a tree, taking some deep breaths, feeling connected to the earth, walking in, in and around nature to shift my energy. And so that's something that's proven and known to help regulate your nervous system. So those are the few tips. I wanted to now take some time together to do a prayer and a meditation. I'm gonna tune in, and then at the end I will pull a card, an angel card, to share a message of what's meant for the collective. So thank you for joining me here today. And for the meditation, just a few quick tips. If you can just turn off any distractions, any notifications that are coming through, if you're able to, make sure you're not driving. You're in a space, either you're sitting in a chair or you're sitting on your bed, wherever is most comfortable to you. In an upright position would be great. And as you're breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, and just not feeling forced in any way, but just allowing yourself to just be. A lot of us are used to doing. Just being is so peaceful and calming. And if you're feeling it's hard to sit with yourself and just be, please don't get hard on yourself. It's a practice. It takes time to build that up. So I'm going to just take us through, allow this beautiful force of love to work through me to share a prayer and a meditation for all of you. So let's just take a moment. If you feel called, you can close your eyes. Otherwise, you can gaze downwards. And just take a moment to place one hand on your heart, whichever feels most comfortable for you, and one hand on your stomach. It's called a heart hold. And this is also a great way to regulate your nervous system. So let's just take a beautiful few deep breaths in, breathing in through our nose and breathing out. So breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Long exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. For our meditation and prayer, I am calling in this highest force of love, of compassion and truth, of peace. I'm calling forward this beautiful energy and force of love to step forward into our space that we are collectively sharing, and asking this force to guide my words and my energy to create a beautiful sanctuary of peace for you, and for us to be able to steep in this beautiful peace so that we can radiate it out to all corners of the world, creating openings for peace. And so allow yourself to just settle in. And I'm going to start with a prayer. This prayer is for all of you and the collective. I pray that peace dawns upon your being. I pray for solutions to emerge. I pray for all of those who are collectively suffering and feeling the suffering in the world right now. We ask you, higher force of love, to step in and guide us and show us the way. We pray for all of the souls that have departed. We pray for your comfort, your ease, and your liberation. And for all of those who are experiencing a war that they did not choose, or that are experiencing suffering in the world, we pray for you wholeheartedly. We pray for you to feel our prayers around you, enveloping you, comforting you, and giving you openings of peace. We pray that no matter what hardship you are facing, that you feel this entity of peace within you that is holding you and that is guiding you. We pray as a collective that we can emanate peace from our being, and we can spread that peace to all corners of this world. We pray that we can continue to be a voice for the voiceless and for those that are suffering right now at this moment. We are just going to take a moment to envision sending you infinite rays of light, of peace, and of endless love. Just take a moment to vision us sending all of our peace and love to all corners of this world. It was beautiful. Let us continue to invite this beautiful infinite source of light and wisdom to pour down from the heavens, to pour down from this beautiful sky of light, infinite twinkling stars, awakening the light that is within us at all times. reminding us that we are and never have been alone, reminding us of the infinite connection that we have as a human race, as humanity, recognizing the power of truth, the power of standing in our light, anchoring to this beautiful, peaceful light within. Let this light shift and move any energy out of your force field that is not for your highest good. Let it shift it away. Let it dissipate this energy that is not for your highest good. We hand over our sadness and our grief, our worries and our troubles and our challenges to you, this higher force of love. Guide us, show us the way. Help us take inspired action that is in alignment with peace, that is in alignment with the collective. As you envision these beautiful, endless, twinkling stars joining with the force of this infinite starlight field within your heart, feel the oneness with this infinite stream of light. Feel it in your body. And anchoring to this light, I want us to again take a moment to send this light to ourselves, around us, to our families, communities, and to everyone who needs it most in the world right now, enveloping them with this infinite light and awakening the best part of humanity, awakening this beautiful, radiant light and connection to our highest self. Just take a moment for silent prayer and to really ask this pure force field of love, of truth, what message is there for you and for the collective? Thank you for receiving our prayers. Thank you for sending this beautiful and radiant energy of peace, of light, and of possibility and hope to every person in this world. Let us continue on in following the footsteps that are aligned to truth. We ask you to continue to work through us for us to reflect and mirror this beautiful, radiant love in the universe, this peace in the universe, to be aware and awakened, to be connected to the best of ourselves, to heal, to do the inner work, and to gift this connection to our highest self to the world. And we pray, and we will continue to pray every day with our families for the collective, for peace. We thank you for the privilege of living in peace, for food and shelter and clothing. We thank you for the gift of being here together. And we pray that every being on this earth is given this comfort of your light, no matter what they're suffering through, that they can find their way home to their own inner light and be reminded that the physical realm is transient, but the realm of the infinite, the realm of light, is beyond. And so I pray for you, all of you on this call, the collective. May this light within you continue to support you, guide you, and help you at every turn. And what I'm hearing is just don't forget to ask. If you're struggling, you're suffering, you're not sure what to do, don't lean on yourself. Lean on this higher force of love in whatever language, whatever expression lights up your soul. And be willing to listen and be guided. Now let's just end off the meditation by prayer and meditation by grounding ourselves, allowing this beautiful infinite source of light to work through us, to ground ourselves through our feet, firmly planted on the ground. We can envision it as roots extending into the earth. And we're firmly planting ourselves and allowing these roots to extend and wrap around this infinite source of wisdom, of light, and of peace. We are unconditionally loved, guided, and supported. Allow that beautiful energy from the earth to radiate up through your feet, up through your legs, your thighs, your stomach, to stop at your heart, to feel the unison with each other and with the universe. And allowing that infinite stream of light to extend up through your head and join once again an infinite source of wisdom from above and below. And that stream of consciousness and of wisdom is always within you. You just have to remember to plug on the light. Plug in the light, actually. Remember to plug in the light. So when you're ready, let's just take a few deep breaths in, breathing in infinite light and wisdom, and breathing out. Breathing in breathing out. Breathing in that endless support system and breathing it out. Breathing in and breathing out. When you're ready, you can come back to the room. You can wiggle your fingers and your toes, and you can slowly open your eyes and come back to the room. So I hope that was peaceful and calm for you. Take a moment, if you can, if you have a paper and a pen, to just write down the message that came to you for yourself and the collective. And then I'll just give you about 3 minutes to do that, and then I'll pull a card for us. Let's give us 1 more minute. Okay. I'm just going to share what came through for me to share with you, which some of it came through in the meditation, but I'm just going to highlight it again, is if you need help, don't be afraid to ask your internal teacher, this higher force of love. This internal teacher within you is this eternal link to this higher force of love. The other messages that came through was, you're not alone. Lean on your internal teacher. That is the guide. And then this quote came through, we do not wake in sleeping, but in waking to our highest self and why we are here. So just remember, there is a part of you which is infinite, which is eternal, which is there to guide you in every moment. And, you know, we often live our lives in attunement with our ego, which is the voice that's trying to keep us safe, the voice of the inner critic, either towards ourselves and others. but it is really that voice, that subtle, gentle voice of love, that eternal teacher, that when you get still and you ask for guidance, you ask for that force to step in and help you, you will be helped. And so I just want to thank you for being here with me today and using your energy to raise a collective vibration for peace. And I want to thank this beautiful entity of peace that we tuned into that really helped awaken the peace within us to extend that outward to the collective. I'm going to end off our time together today with a quick card reading. One of my favorite card decks is by Kyle Gray. It's the Angel Guide Oracle. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, it's a little bit hard with my background. But it's the Angel Guide Oracle. And I often pull from this deck, and I always find it's very much spot on. So let's pull it for all of us. Our intention. Thank you, angels. Thank you, highest force of love, for stepping into this space. We are willing to receive and listen to your messages. And I'm going to share this with this beautiful group here. And please reveal to us what you need us to know in this moment. Yep. Okay. So this is a card that actually came through for us. It says, take a step back. Your angels are guiding you to take a step back and reflect before proceeding further. There is an excitable and action-oriented energy around you at this time, but you're being encouraged to review the situation before making any moves. Remember that you are a sensitive being, and should the correct steps and intentions not be lined up for you, you could open up yourself to harsh energies or a situation that could be limiting your growth. In order to have the best experience and a positive outcome, take some time now to meditate on your actions, intentions, visions, and goals. Call in your angels and invite them to guide you to make decisions that will be supportive of your expansion and the highest good. When we try and rush ahead or force something to happen, we can often miss signals, signs, and messages that are encouraging us to change course. If you have a big decision to make now or are in the midst of moving something forward, your angels are encouraging you to take a step back and to breathe. What is for you won't go by you. Your angels are encouraging you to step into the energy of trust. When you do so, you will draw universal energy and support to you. If you have concerns of another person or a relationship, this card is guiding you to draw back and respect the space of others. Let this be a time of self-care and self-awareness. And when you step back, you let the universe step in. So I really love that message, and that's pretty prominent in A Course in Miracles as well, is that sometimes we're just trying to force full steam ahead, but it's actually in stepping back and allowing this force, this higher force of existence, of love, of truth to step in for us, that we're able to be aligned and guided to the highest and most aligned actions forward. And so I think this is a beautiful message, just to take a step back, to reflect, to tune in, and then from there, take those aligned actions that are in alignment with you and with the highest good of all. So thank you everyone for joining me here today. It's been a blessing. I truly feel grateful to have this space to share this prayer and meditation and these messages with you. And thank you for showing up and really extending your energy and radiating peace to all corners of this world. We will be back again in a month's time, second Friday of the month. So feel free to join us. We'd love to have you here. And feel free to invite anybody who you feel could also contribute. And I know there's many people in our circles that can contribute their beautiful energy for collective peace